All right, what's up, you guys? So, I'm your host, Prepperines, and this is where we do survival content with a smile. Because even though the world's about to end, doesn't mean you can't do it with a grin. I don't know. Anyways, I got some really interesting information today, somewhat through my work. It kind of coincides with some of the current events that are going on in the world right now. Um, so everyone remembers Maui. Then what was it? Louisville, Colorado. Everyone remembers that as well. Maybe it was Broomfield, Colorado. And now we have California wildfires. So it came to my attention today, but because I'm in the construction industry, that insurance companies in these high risk areas, if your area is deemed high risk, this is coming down all the way from like the state. So state level, which, God knows how much of that is coming down from, federal, but state level building division basically is making changes to building codes and zoning compliance, so that any new structure you want to make on your property, whether it be a homestead or maybe you live in the suburbs and just want to build a little shed or something, not only are there going to be certain qualifications that you have to abide by to, let's say, for instance, one, the structure use, the structure location on your property. If you're in a high-risk area, you want to build a shed that's 200 square feet. Normally, you wouldn't even need to pull a permit. And now, not only do you need to pull a permit, but that structure's got to be 50 feet away from your house. And if it's not 50 feet away from your house, it's got to be built with high dollar construction materials. When I say high dollar, I mean, fire resistant construction materials. And in light of the events in California, we have, it came to light that a lot of people were forced to, quote unquote, go bare, which means that the insurance company said, hey, we're going to drop your fire insurance coverage unless you remove, trees on your property. Maybe you can afford it, maybe you can't. And so people who can't, they go bare. And going bare means you basically have no coverage. Then you lose your home. And the insurance companies, laughing their way to the bank, I'm sure. It's crazy. So now this is trickling down through, states and local jurisdictions, building departments, yada, yada, yada. And this is all because, the end goal is good, right? Because we have climate change and we don't want people to be charged out the ass for wildfire mitigation or fire insurance for their homes. They're going to make it so that it's going to be affordable through means that, are expensive, like building materials, or maybe they just make it so difficult that you don't even build these structures on your homestead property or in your backyard. It's really crazy what they're doing right now. So anyhow, I learned that piece of information today, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. Right away, I was like, what? When is this happening? And they're like, oh, well, every jurisdiction in the state has, and in my state, and if you're in a high-risk area, I'm guessing, think of any dry state that's subject to the possibility to have wildfires, and if you live in it and you live in that area, there's going to be like 2 or 3 classifications. So if you live in one of those areas, your insurance premiums are going to go up if you are going to choose to carry that fire insurance for your home, that coverage. So yeah, it's crazy how it's trickling down, but I guess it doesn't get implemented, at least in my state, until January 2026. although it's a mandated adoption, July 2025. Basically have no choice. You have to adopt it. Yeah, just like all the crazy energy codes that have to do with climate change. But I thought I'd share that piece of advice with you. If you're planning to, I think I've learned recently that prepping, some of the best prepping that you can do is financial prepping, because that kind of is your speedball to check all the other boxes, whatever they might be. If you can get your finances in order, or safeguard your, what you have, like your home, where all your prepping gear is probably located. Man, those are like the fundamentals of prepping right there. If only I would have learned this way early on, getting your finances in order, and you can start to check the boxes on, oh, I'm not live. Oh, live again. Might want to go look and make sure and see if you are in a high-risk area, because this thing is coming down the pipe and it's going to happen soon. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. This is Prepperines out.